Well, the interesting thing is that the Avatar films that I've made are really at very much the cutting edge of what is possible in visual effects right now. But we don't use artificial intelligence at all generatively, meaning to create ideas or to create imagery. It's all done by people. We use artificial intelligence as some small tools in our workflow to speed things up, make it more efficient, things like that. But we don't use it for image creation. Now, I'm not saying that we rule that idea out, but I don't see the tools that are available now being able to just make a movie directly. It still requires human artists, right? And I believe that'll be true for storytelling as well, the actual writing. I think one of these chat models can maybe write a legal brief or something like that, can organize, do simple copywriting, but creative, artistic, poetic, speaking from the heart and from the soul, that is the province of human writers. Now, let's cut to maybe 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now. If we can create, meaning our technology or human technology, can create an artificial intelligence that's truly equal to human in the way of being able to express itself, to have an identity, right? To have a sense of self. Because I don't think these chatbots have a sense of self. They're like, they've been described as stochastic parrots. They parrot what we say, and a parrot can sound very much like a human being, but it has no idea what it's saying. And I think that that's where we are right now. But you can't rule out that an artificial general intelligence could emerge at some point. I mean, I've been warning everybody about this since the Terminator back in 1984, you know. So of course I'm paying keen attention to these developments that are happening right now. And I don't profess to know what's going to happen next. And I think that's the scariest part about it, is that human consciousness is about taking everything that we've learned in our lives and in history and applying it to what we think is going to happen next. And the biggest problem that I see with artificial intelligence is we don't know what's going to happen next. And when they ask the AI what it's doing, why it's doing it, it doesn't know either, because it's a parrot, right? So it's a model that just uses trillions of data points and predicts what it thinks you want to hear, right? Which is also, by the way, what we do. That's what I'm doing right now. That's what every human being does in our socialization, right? It's not that different from us. It's an interesting question, and I don't have a definitive answer, but we all need to pay attention to this, which I think we are. I think people are genuinely concerned, and that's a good thing. But, you know, the history of technology is that government oversight either doesn't work or it wakes up to the problem too late and the steps aren't in place. So I think we really need to look at who stands to make the most money from AI and be very skeptical about what they say. And when they raise their own hand and say we need regulation, I'm even skeptical about that. But I think it's unique because we never saw people in, let's say, the cigarette industry raising their hand and saying, hey, we need some regulation over here or we might kill several million people. You know, that didn't happen. You know, the oil industry knew about the potential for climate change back in the 1980s and 1990s. They didn't raise their hand and say, hey, we need some regulation over here. But, you know, the smart people that are at the forefront of AI are saying, okay, we need, what they really mean is, what they mean is, we want a level playing field where the other guys are regulated the same as us. That's what they're really saying. They want, because otherwise it's just a foot race to do the most that they can do as fast as they can do it. And they want to slow down everybody else, is really what they're saying. But that's okay. That's okay if that gets us to a place where AI is regulated in a safe way for society. Sure, great.